How you going, everyone? I, I'm kind of still in shock about what transpired today. This day will go down in history as one of the greatest days to be a gamer, and in Sony's case, one of the best conferences they've ever done. I mean, for anyone who doesn't have access to news or anything, living under a rock, which is a term I usually hate, I'm pretty sure everyone that is listening to this video knows exactly what happened. Sony came out swinging with not one, not two, but 3 games that you would buy a PS4 for. No ifs or buts. The first one, of course, was a game that is long since believed to be dead, and that's The Last Guardian. They showed off new footage of that. The game looks amazing. It looks more in tune with Ico. It kind of feels like a sequel to Ico more than it does like a sequel to Shadow of the Colossus, but looks awesome. I got a really kick out of that. And then the rumors are true. Final Fantasy VII is going to get a remake, which is amazing because Final Fantasy VII is my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. One of my favorite RPGs on the PlayStation 1. I play the ever-loving shit out of it. You know, back in 1997, 1998, it's one of my favorite games of all time. And the fact it's finally going to get remade, so amazing. I'm looking forward to what they're doing, if they're going to add more to the story. I know a lot of people are interested in what they're going to do with the combat, but honestly, I don't care if it comes back with the same combat system, as long as the material system's there. All I care about is if they're going to make it bigger in terms of story and exploration. I cannot wait to see all the places redone. Midgar, the Gold Saucer, Junon Port. Man, I'm just so looking forward to it. But the news that just broke the internet and just it warmed the cockles of my heart severely. It is the fact that Shenmue III is going to happen. And I mean, a lot of people saying, well, Greg, they only announced the Kickstarter. As of this recording, the Kickstarter is at $1.8 million. It's only got $200,000 to go before the base game is funded. This game is going to get funded within 24 hours of its announcement. I cannot believe this is happening. Like, oh my god. I mean, I only played Shenmue 1 last year, and it was such a beautiful game. It really was. I said that I would save Shenmue 2 for 2016. You better believe I'm going to haul ass and beat that fucking game, probably this week. Because to think that I will never know the struggle of everyone that's waited 14 years for this day, but seriously, that game just reminded me how good it was to be a Sega fan, And sadly, I need to bring this back up to reality. As much as I'm excited for this Kickstarter, this game's going to happen, I just want to put it out there to all the fans of Shenmue that there's probably going to be no Sega content in it. It's created by Yu Suzuki and EastNet and everyone who's probably a former employee of Sega. Like, I wouldn't... It'd be amazing if some Sega content did make it, but I'm not holding out for it. At this point, I don't care. I just want the main plot of the game. I want it to be the final chapter. I want it to tie up the story. I mean, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, Greg, you just... Before you think about 3, you should think about 2. And I know. And it was the fact that 2 had this amazing cliffhanger that kind of put me off... playing it just a little bit, but I knew I wanted to play it because I love the first game so much. I mean, it is my favorite Dreamcast game, and I'm just like, I'm so glad that Arrow helped me out last year by selling me his Dreamcast, and I got to experience Shenmue, and just this wonderful twist of fate that I can experience the entire series in such a small sort of stretch of years is truly amazing. You haven't played Shenmue 1 and 2. Shenmue 1 is an amazing game, and I highly recommend everyone going out there and playing it, no matter how you can. And speaking of that, it would be really interesting if Sony could reach out to Sega to see if they can finally get the HD ports of 1 and 2 made. I mean, even if it's just like a Dreamcast HD sort of like polish, I don't care. It'd be amazing if we can get newcomers to experience the series as well. Just before 3 hits at the end of December. But I think I just want to end this by saying that this game's going to get funded without a shadow of a doubt. But how the game is made is up to you. $2 million is the base vision of the game. If you want to create it into much more than that, then you just need to open up and donate as much as you can. There are so many people that, you know, their love for Shenmue is just as much as my love for Suikoden and the East series and Dragon Quest and Phantasy Star, you know, and I'm just a newcomer, but that game really hit home for me in ways I couldn't even imagine last year. It's one of my favorite gaming experiences of 2014, and the fact that it took that long, it was still worth it in the end that I finally got around to playing it. And this is such an amazing piece of news. I just cannot believe this has happened. This is truly amazing. I mean, your Last Guardian's awesome, but Final Fantasy VII and Shenmue III, this is just the stuff of legends. It's just these are games you buy consoles for, and the fact that they've, you know, listened and they've opened their hearts. Obviously they think they can make a buck off this is the main thing, of course, for them, but hey, everyone wins in the end. And I think I will end this video by quoting the man himself, Yu Suzuki: "The fate of Shenmue is in your hands now."